So this might sound a little weird and convoluted, but I think without doing anything, the Phoenix Suns did a lot. I don't think all of it was positive. So this whole fiasco with DeAndre Ayton, I think, was a net negative. Now, by not signing him, you already showed him that you don't want him, right? So he goes out there and, well, not that you don't want him, but you don't want him for that price. So he goes out there and finds a team that will sign him in Indiana, albeit for what less than the max is. So Phoenix matches the offer sheet, which, okay, fine, you save a little money because he didn't sign for the max with you guys for the super max or a regular max. He actually signed for a little bit less, so he saved money there. But here's the thing. You already showed him that you don't believe he's as valuable as he believes he is. He already doesn't get along with the coach. So he's coming in with not necessarily the best attitude for the game, in my estimation, just based on everything that's going on. If you had signed him back last season, you could have used him to trade for Durant, or at least dangle it out there to Brooklyn. Now you can't because of Ben Simmons. So it's kind of like, did you win? Did you lose? They had their sign Aiden, so they don't have any cap space. They kind of have the same team as they had last year, which I think will still be very good, but will they be head and shoulders above everybody else in the regular season like they were last year? I don't think so. So are the Suns' championship window closed already?
I think so.
Think so? Why do you think that?
If you don't add anything to it, especially in the manner that they lost, you can, retooling and coming back with the same team. They're going to be still in contention, but what puts them over the top if you got other teams building, trying to, replace or, get over the mountaintop.
Mm-hmm.
They're not just trying to get there, they're trying to get over it. So I just feel like they didn't do anything super like you said, they just brought the same team back.
They did. So brought the whole thing back.
Yeah, I don't see nothing. Because you got other teams that's going to be better. You got the Grizzlies, they're going to be better. The Lakers hopefully going to be better. The Clippers are going to be better. The Pelicans are going to be better. It's just going to be, the same squad, and Chris Paul getting older. Devin Booker doesn't seem like he's a good player, don't get me wrong. But whereas he's not showing that he's about to go to another level.
Yeah.
So, I don't see it. I just think they're going to be a good team, though.
Did you have re-signed Aiden?
Yeah, I would have re-signed him, but I wouldn't have went this route. I believe that they have some mending to do. They got some conversations, some uncomfortable conversations ahead of them. They're going to have to sit down and talk because you just made this guy really did not feel worth anything, or you really didn't want him. So you really didn't have a value to put on them. So you waited to see what somebody else put on them and you matched it. So like I said, at the end of the day, he still got paid, but at the end of the day, you got to fix that. You got to sit down and talk about it. It's always going to be that business perspective and that aspect where it's all business, but I just don't see how that team is going to make such a big jump next year when it just came back to the same squad.
You would have given him the 5-year Supermax contract?
No.
That's what he wanted.
He got what he got, man. You better take that 133 and be happy, man.
I'd have been real happy.
I don't know nobody that felt like he was worth it. I think Indiana really made a jump, but they helped him.
They did help. They helped the Suns.
Yeah,
they did. What about you, Ryan? Think the window's closed?
No, I don't. I think they have 1 or 2 years still to have a chance to compete for a championship. I think a few things need to happen, right? Because they lost in the playoffs last year to Dallas, who was not a better team than them.
They were not.
Not
significantly worse to me.
Exactly. So I think if they make adjustments, I think Booker has to be better, right? I think he needs to step his game up. He needs to elevate to a superstar status. CP, he just needs to lead, right?
Yeah.
And Aiden, he needs to be more effective when he's on the court.
Yeah.
And I think these are all things that can happen, right? So I don't think their window's up. I think they have a year or two, because without Chris Paul on that team, I do not think they have a single chance of winning a championship.
None whatsoever. So,
no, I don't think it's closed. But I think there are some changes that need to happen, mainly with Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton. I think Chris Paul just needs to keep doing his thing, and he's a great leader.
Great player
point
too.
Guard. Yeah, he is. He still is. Yeah, he is, and he's shown that he can step up in big games and score the points if needed. Right. So I give him 2 years max, and if they don't win it in that time span, then I don't see them winning it.
You make that's a really good point, man. Because I was thinking the same thing. I think, they didn't go out and do anything externally, but I think a lot of what they could do is internal. I really think they should expand DeAndre Ayton's role. I've been thinking that for a while. Instead of just having him as a pick and roll, sometimes pick and pop guy, I really think that Ayton deserves time on the block. I really think that's the case. And I made the same argument for Rudy Gobert in a way. And when I made it for Rudy, I was thinking that Utah is so foolish about shooting threes that they'll have a pick and roll, and Rudy will get switched on to a point guard. They'll still shoot a three. I think that Ayton can actually play back-to-back, a back-down game against other centers as well as guards. So I think that's important this year to get him a lot more touches in and around the paint, so he's more comfortable during the playoffs. So that when Devin Booker and CP3 are on the bench, you still have a go-to guy down low that can do some things. I know that's not modern NBA, but I mean, Jokic, Giannis, and Embiid are having a great time doing it. I know he's not those guys, but he is too strong, athletic, and talented to be a 17 and 11 guy. He just is. He should easily be 22 and 10 or 12. Easily. He just had 6 points and 2 rebounds a game. That's what Shaq always says. Not a game, a quarter. That's what Shaq always says. And that's significant, because that's like 24 and 10. That's 24, and that's easy when you break it down that way.
3 buckets.
Yeah, that's all you got to do. That's all you got to do.
Most of them are going to be close range, so.
Yeah. So I think internally, I think Devin Booker has to expand his role and become even more of a playmaker than what he is now. He is really good, but CP won't be around forever. And I think Devin will have to take more point guard responsibilities. So I think internally they have a ways to go. I agree with Ryan. I think the window's all the way closed. I think it's cracked. To me, it was pretty open. It was half open, but now I think it's just kind of cracked. But they definitely have a shot and a chance to really do something about it.
I hope they do.
Yeah. But speaking of being re-signed, Zion has re-signed with his team in New Orleans. I might have a hot take for this, so I'm gonna let Chance go. You got the numbers, Ryan?
Oh no, I'll pull it up.
Zion, yeah.
I think Zion, man, if he lives up to any of the hype, that's I mean, he has always shown us flashes, the little dunks and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I need to see a whole season. I need to see him playing. He has this is the best team that he's for his small young career. I think with McCollum, BI, you got Steven Adams. It's a straight little team, man. I mean, they got enough they can build on.
Steven Adams.
You down in Memphis?
I'm tripping. What am I thinking about? What's the guy's name?
They got Jackson Hayes. They might have Steven Adams.
No. I know you're Valanciunas.
Valanciunas. That's it. Yeah, they kind of look the same.
Good thing for editing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
yeah, Valanciunas. I just think that with that team, man, they can do something. They're not gonna. We have to see what he looks like in 1 year with a full year under his belt, man. Without being hurt, just give me 70 games, man. Let me see what 70 games look like. Then I can make a better prediction.
While Ryan's doing that, I don't know if I would have re-signed him. Honestly, if I re-signed him, it wouldn't have been for maybe not as many years, maybe not as much guarantee. Zion has proven to me that he isn't necessarily serious about the game. He's not serious about his weight, which means he probably isn't serious about conditioning, which means he's probably not serious about practice, which means he's probably not serious about playing basketball. To me, he's hurt a lot. He's pretty overweight. I know the dunking highlights is great, but that's not playing basketball. That's just dunking. I can still do that. And I'm not about to be out here playing, organized basketball in the NBA or G League or anything like that. If this was the NFL, he would have zero guaranteed money for me. All of his money would have been on incentives. I get it from their point of view. They didn't really have a choice. I don't know what his trade value is. It might be the same as Ben Simmons's, just based on his. Not talent-wise, because I believe Zion is a far better player than Ben Simmons, even though neither one of them can really shoot. I just think in terms of mentality and drive and ability to be injury-prone, I don't know if he has a ton of trade value. His main value is to the Pelicans, honestly. So if I were them, I don't know, man. I don't know. He got Greg Oden to be written all over.
I get Blake Griffin vibes.
Blake, I don't even know if he'd be that. He's better than what Blake ever was, but I don't know if he'll have that longevity of a career. What you think, Ryan?
I think, well, they signed him for a 5-year, $193 million rookie max, right?
Right at the max, yeah.
They signed him for his max. I really like Zion. The year that he played almost a full season, right? It was a shortened season, I believe. He played 61 out of 70 games or something like that. He averaged 27 points a game. Like 27, 8, and 4, something like that for his second year. His first year in the league.
Yeah.
That's insane, right? And I don't think he's the same as Ben Simmons. I think he loves the game. I think Ben Simmons, even when he's playing, is mentally weak. But when Zion's playing, he's not mentally weak. Maybe when he's off the court, right? Agree. He likes to eat. He doesn't want to do fitness, whatever. Right? But even an unfit Zion is still a freak athlete, right? Mm-hmm. So I had this written down in the notes. I think if he's healthy and he plays next year, the Pelicans are top 4 or 5 team in their conference, right? They go to the playoffs. I think Brandon Ingram is that guy. I think CJ McCollum is exactly what they needed to add.
Wait.
I think if you have Zion too, guy. You give him the ball, he's going to get you a bucket. He can create his own shot. I see Ingram as a.
Sound just to me.
Nah, I see him as like a. How do I say this? Like your Walmart KD, I guess, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like similar game. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like similar game.
Just terrible team. He's been on terrible teams.
Exactly.
He's never played with nobody good. Yeah.
And the thing with him and McCollum is if either one of them shows up, it's gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I don't know. I think if Zion plays, they're a top 4 or 5 team in the. Are they in the West? In the West, right?
They're in the West, yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, but that's a lot of if, man. If he doesn't, let's say he plays 45 games, where are they then?
Depends. If it's the end of the season, going to the playoffs, I think the same thing. When you got 3 guys that can all average over 20 easily, that's a good team.
It's a good team, but defensively, they'll be awful.
I think Zion's a good defender.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
I don't think so at all.
Ingram, I don't think is a great defender. Colin, yeah. Valanciunas, he's big,
but slow.
Yeah, but slow. I don't know. But I think their offense will be good enough.
I mean, they got Patrick Beverley version 2 with Jose Alvarado. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess.
Well, he just hides in the corner and gets some steals, and now he's a great player. Get out of here.
Yeah. Literally just hide in the corner and sneak. That's not defense. Nah.
No.
Yeah, we
But
might have
I
a new
think
player to hate on.
it might be a hot take, but I actually think they'll be good if he stays healthy. Like,
Think so?
Very good, yeah.
I don't know, man. Speaking of which, our guy got traded, man, yet again. Patrick Beverly.
I don't even care about him.
Yeah, he was hurt, man.
He was hurt. Hey, but he said it though. Hey, he said he literally Patrick Beverly said he said time to take another team to the playoffs.
And where did he went to Utah, right?
Yes, the team that's going to lose Donovan Mitchell as well.
Oh, they're gonna be one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah.
One of the worst teams in the league. They
Especially
took
with
him to
him
the
on it.
playoffs though. Yeah.
That's a rebuild. They're part
Yes,
of a rebuild.
yes. No, man, that's not a rebuild. PB taking him to the playoffs, man. That's PB.
Okay, so we're gonna not even mention the fact that I want to see what this Timberwolves team looks like too, but I don't see Patrick Beverly making that much of a difference. I think that he's a filler as far as trade bait.
100%.
So
1000%.
I mean, he did play his ass off. He played his heart out, and that's probably why he felt so butthurt. But at the end of the day, nobody's watching out for Patrick Beverly.
A 73 overall in 2K. Barely on the team.
73?
Yeah.
Damn.
He should be like a 65.
69. 65.
What does he do that's good? No, what does he do that's good? Tell me. Plays decent defense.
Yeah. It just irritates, man.
Offensively, he's trash.
He is
It just
trash.
irritates. That's
He
all
is
he
irritating. Yeah.
he's a
That's
bug.
just stat on 2K for irritating.
How do you rate that in 2K? You don't.
You don't.
They don't have it on there.
Intangibles, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
like that.
Shoot. Speaking of a guy with high intangibles that resigned, Dame resigned to Portland. I'm miserable about it.
Man,
So,
them numbers. What was that? 2 years for
huge
what?
numbers.
Oh my
Huge
gosh.
numbers.
It's like 60.
Yeah, but the thing is, Dame. So out of any NBA player, I think I respect Dame the most in the entire league, right?
For staying with the same team.
Just him. I've seen interviews of him. Dame seems like one of those dudes where it's like, if he was a regular guy on the street, I would want to, I would fuck with him. But I'm starting to question, not even starting. I've been questioning whether he really want to win or not, honestly. I mean, I get the I don't want to leave thing, but I think that's reserved for players like Giannis or Jokic or Luka who are younger. When you get older, I think it's a little more understandable. I mean, we even saw it happen back in the day, like with Charles Barkley and, the Houston Rockets. Scottie Pippen went over there. He played with the Rockets and the Trailblazers at the end. So I think it's reasonable when you're older and you want to change teams to win.
How old is he?
Dame is about to be 35 or so.
Really? I thought he was low 30s.
He's getting close to his mid-30s, man. He's like 30. He like him and Steph at the same age.
I think you're right.
And this contract will put him at 36 when it's over. So my thing is, he talks about 30. He's what?
He's 32.
32?
He turns 33. Oh, he just turned 32 yesterday.
Oh, wow. Well, he's my point still stands, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's not young.
Yeah, my point still stands. He's going to be on a team that may be a play-in team at most.
I think after this 2 years, he may consider that. Well, who can turn away and walk away from that kind of money?
Somebody who already got a bunch is going to get a max contract from anybody else.
Man. Just like Bradley Beal. They put all that money in front of him, bro.
I never believed Bradley was.
I thought he was going to leave too, but man,
I never believed that Bradley was all about winning like Dame seems.
These contracts, bro, are ridiculous.
They are ridiculous. They are ridiculous.
Viewership, man. Everybody's watching NBA now.
Yeah. Maybe we talking about just morals and stuff, and it really just comes down to the dollars. But at the same time, if that's the case, then don't preach to me about wanting to win. If you're gonna choose to stay with a playing team, that's not winning.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Am I tripping? Y'all tell me if I'm tripping or not.
I mean, I wrote down on that thing you sent me. I wrote down the same thing. I put he doesn't care about winning, just wants to get paid.
Yeah.
I said maybe he knows something we don't. Maybe there's some trade in the works, right? That's gonna happen. It's gonna bring him another star. I don't know, but when I saw that contract extension, first thing I thought is, okay, he just wants to get paid.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's it. He doesn't care about winning. I mean,
Yeah.
there comes a point in your career where you may give up on winning, even if it's just for a couple of years, right? You give up on winning just to get paid,
Mm-hmm.
and you say, okay, I'll focus on winning the championship after this contract's done.
Yeah.
And that's how I think it's going for him.
So their starting five will be Damian Lillard, Anthony Simmons, Josh Hart, Jeremy Grant, and Nurkic.
So right?
They added Gary Payton.
Oh wow, the same.
And they picked up Shadon Sharp in the
Shadon
trade.
Sharp. I like Shadon Sharp.
And another guy that played pretty good in summer league was Keon Johnson.
Getting far down the depth chart now, buddy.
Yeah, no, I don't. I mean, probably possibly another 7, 8 player team. That's what I see him as.
Like 9, 10 player team.
Yeah, I mean, considering how deep the West is.
I mean,
he needs another superstar.
I mean, let's go through the list. Are they better than the Warriors?
No way.
Dallas. Phoenix.
No.
The Dallas
Minnesota.
got worse though. I don't know. They picked up Christian Wood.
Are they Timberwolves? Not Timberwolves. Trailblazers worse?
What's up, Luka?
Come on, man.
What's up, Luka?
They're only better than a handful of teams. That's Utah, the Lakers.
They're better than the Lakers?
I don't know if they're better than the Lakers.
Yeah, they're probably better than the Lakers. But the Lakers would be a play-in team as well, I believe. Or at least at the very bottom.
Unless they get rid of Russ.
Yeah. For
I agree.
For Port Tenderloins. What's up?
You see how much money Russ is getting?
A lot. Yeah. A lot to do, a lot of nonsense. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I feel for Dame and I don't at the same time. Like I wish he could win, but then it's like, but I can't want it more than you do. You seem to want to get paid, which is fine, but don't talk to me about I'm gonna get one.
Why didn't he play last year or most of the
year? He was
year?
hurt.
Okay.
Yeah,
and then when he came back, they were terrible. So he fell out.
It's like
okay.
That's gonna be a lot of that. There's gonna be a lot of come back into the game and being terrible. Speaking of being terrible, man. Last topic of the day. The Jazz finally tore it down, man. They finally gave in. It took a whole new GM to do it. Danny Ainge traded Rudy Gobert for the entire world.
5 picks.
It seemed like it. Yeah. 5 picks, and that was really it. 5 picks and Patrick Beverly, just some other random nonsense. But the picks is really where it's at. Let's look at it from both sides, from both teams, man. Who do y'all think won? Who do you think won, Chase?
In the short term, Minnesota. Long term, Danny Ainge has been known to put some shit together.
Yeah.
He did a thing in Boston where they were able to build that team with all those draft picks. They had, listen, at one point, they had, that's how they got Tatum. That's how they got Brown. That's how they got Smart. That's how they got, they had Kyrie Irving. They had other pieces, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
I think Danny Ainge is a little bit of a salesman. He had a bunch of picks, but it was always, we're going to take these picks and turn them into Anthony Davis. We're going to turn them into Jimmy Butler. We're going to turn them into, it's like, okay, man.
I think he even put the big three together with Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and KG?
Yeah, but not with picks. Well, he traded some picks,
but what I'm saying is he's willing to take risks. And
True.
If he sees the possibility, he's willing to take those risks to put together a team that's, contention.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, I really want to see what this team looks like. So who's gonna play the 4? Cat gonna play the 4?
Yeah,
he has to play the 4 because he's more offensive.
I like Cat at the 4 anyway.
So that team with fucking with what's the kid's name?
Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I like him.
So you think they win?
Yeah, I think that's going to be a team. How do you play against a team with 2 7-footers like that, bro?
I'm gonna tell you. Who you think?
They're the softest 7-footer I've ever seen in my life.
So you know who Ryan think won? Go ahead.
I mean, I don't think it was smart for the Timberwolves to give up that many picks for someone like Gobert. I don't think he's needed there. Like,
Market.
does it add to their team? Yes, 100%. But was it a necessity that they needed to take them
A
to that next
center?
level? No. You already have Cat, who's, yeah, like you said, he's gonna be great at the 4 because he can, he's a good shooter and doesn't have to be the inside presence anymore. But I don't think Gobert is the answer. I think Gobert is overrated. I think the Jazz won because now they don't have to pay Gobert. They can keep Mitchell if they want and build around him. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're going to do a full rebuild. So, yeah, short term, maybe the T-Wolves won, right? We'll have to see how they play together. I don't know how that dynamics can do with two bigs, right? This NBA is so much different than it was in the past. So, I mean, I'm interested in seeing how it is. But, yeah, long term, definitely the Jazz won, I think, with all the picks they got and not having to pay. I just don't think Gobert was good last year.
That's where we disagree, I think.
You think he's good?
Okay.
I see him like an Andre Drummond.
Wow. I thought, wow. I thought he wasn't good because of the team, because of the way the team played him.
That's that's fair. He'd fit better with like a Warriors, but who won it?
Yeah, I think his value was hindered because the rest of the team was so awful on defense that he had to place his entire value there. And also, like I said, they didn't do him any favors on pick and rolls. All the pick and rolls they were bad because their whole team was designed to get threes and Donovan Mitchell shots. They didn't feature him at all. And I'm not saying put him on a block like he's Hakeem Olajuwon. But if you get a good mismatch, or if you get a big that likely can't stop him from throwing a jump hook, then let him get a few. Let him get a few to pull the defense at least a little bit for these threes he's trying to get. I think he was underutilized, just like DeAndre Ayton is, but to a lesser degree because he's a lesser player.
Who's better?
Ayton is much better than Gobert to me, but
I agree with that.
I actually think that the Jazz win short and long term. I think to get all of these picks, not only did it ruin the trade market, because now, but what does Kevin Durant get if Rudy Gobert got 5 picks? You get what I'm saying? They ruined the market.
Yeah, that's true.
I think when you make a trade for necessity and not luxury. And I think Rudy Gobert is a luxury on the Timberwolves, something they don't necessarily need. I say the Jazz win in the short term because of that. I feel like the Timberwolves actually put themselves minus by making this trade because now the paint is a lot more clogged up for a slasher like Anthony Edwards. D'Angelo Russell operates in the mid-range mostly. Mid-range of threes, but mostly mid-range. So it's a little more clogged up for him. Karl-Anthony Towns does his best work in the paint, so it's clogged up for him. So I'm just like, where does it fit? They don't really have a ton of shooters on the team of note. So I'm just kind of like, what does this offense look like? You know what I mean? What does this defense look like? Maybe they get better defensively, but it's the same issue. So
yeah,
they just become the Jazz in the further north. Our next door neighbors, the Jazz of our neighbors. It's like with one extra player in Cat. So I don't know, man. I look at it as they kind of lose because they knock themselves out.
Yeah,
and obviously,
just the trade, when I saw the headline, it just surprised me. It didn't make sense.
It didn't make any sense. And it was kind of a surprise.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It looks good on 2K.
It does look good on 2K.
It does.
Yeah, because now it's lives everywhere. But
it looks good on paper, but the game isn't played on paper.
Yeah, right. They're not. But hey, man, Donovan to New York, I guess. Shit, why not?
For the Pistons.
I would.
There was one more trade. What do you guys think about DeJounte Murray?
All right,
to Atlanta.
I like it.
You?
I do.
Think about it, man. Why you like it?
I mean, that's
like opposite reaction.
That's some help to Trey. Plus, you didn't give up. You didn't give up a whole lot. You still got a nice team. You still got Collins. You still got forgot the other kid's name from Virginia.
Kevin Huerter or whatever his name is.
No, Huerter's gone.
Oh, he's gone?
Herder's gone.
Yeah. He's in Sacramento.
Okay.
Talking about the big man?
What's the guy?
Yaka Okongwu?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, while Chan's doing that, I actually don't like this trade at all. Doesn't make any sense to me. Why would they have 2 point guards? Even if DeJounte Murray plays shooting guard, he's undersized. He's a great defender, but that's not his game. Oh, DeAndre Hunter. Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not his game to be a shooting guard. He's a point guard.
Yeah.
I don't understand. It doesn't make any this just reminds me of what Phoenix did. Stockpiling a whole bunch of point guards.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. I guess when one of them's sitting down, you can always have a point guard on the floor, but I don't know. I guess for the Spurs, it makes a little sense, although it doesn't, because why would you trade the only guy? He's a young guy, and he's an all-star
guy. He's a franchise player.
He is. He was
triple double.
Exactly. So I don't understand what the Spurs did. The Spurs, I guess, when Kawhi left, he took all these common sense with him as well, because they've done nothing since. Besides draft DeJounte Murray, I was baffled by it on both sides.
I don't know. Murray's one of my favorite players to watch.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of his. So when I saw that, I just thought, is he gonna play the 2? He's a primary ball handler.
Yes.
Right? He's a great passer.
Yes.
So is Trae Young. So it's like, how are they gonna coexist together? How's that gonna look? If they can figure out how to make it work, they can be good. Yeah. I just don't see that happening.
Agreed. Go ahead and finish up, Chance.
I like it, man. Like I said, I think Murray he's a little more offensive. I've seen him in the small, I get too many opportunities to see the Spurs, but the little bit that I did from a highlight, looked like he can get his own shot, and he was their best person on offense. I can't see that taken away from the Hawks. At the end of the day, Trae does create, but I look at him as more of a scorer. I like it. I just want to, just like the backcourt, like you got the Warriors, like the old school Trailblazers where they had TJ and Dame. Even with our backcourt, the Pistons, the Pistons backcourt. It's kind of, because Ivy's smaller and he's quicker, and K's the bigger guard, but he's more, of a playmaker. So that's kind of the way the game is going, bro. To be honest, it's like you don't necessarily like both your guards have to be. I ain't gonna necessarily like. It's always good to have a true point guard. If you got that, but they're rare now. How many true point guards are left? So
I guess you're gonna find out during the rankings, man. But
I just don't see. I think that it's a good blend.
I hope it is.
NBA, yeah,
I love Murray, but yeah. I don't know if it was the right move. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't think it was the right move, man. But like I said, we're gonna get a chance to see. We're gonna get a chance to see if Jason Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown, which everybody already knows the truth. We're gonna find out about Chet. I might be wrong this year, but in the future, we're gonna come back and I'll be right. Chet. All right, bro. Whatever. All right, man. I'm gonna need Jabari to come back and help me out. Like, shout out to Jabari, man. So shoot. But all right, man. Go ahead.
Ivy for Rookie of the Year.
Ivy for Rookie of the Year.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm voting every day for that.
Yes, sir.
Every day.
Mm-hmm.
But shoot, all right, man. This was a good one. We got to have a little confrontation between me and everybody, apparently. But that's all right. I'm here to be the villain.
That's all right. Don't feel too bad. Everybody's hyping up Tatum just like you are. So it's not like it's just you, right? It's not like it's just you. So don't feel too bad about it.
I can't believe they had him at number 6. I was like, whoa, I gotta send this out.
Man, it's crazy, man.
They're just pumping his head up. And then eventually it's just gonna explode and then he's gonna.
No, we're gonna do our rankings, man. We're gonna yell at each other some more. But until then, man, we're gonna go ahead and go up out of here. Appreciate you, Ryan. Appreciate your chance. And Jabari, wherever you are, appreciate you too, man. We can be about it.
All right, thanks, bro. Y'all have a good one, man.
You too.
You too, man.